and also Christine and Timothy. They really have put out in such a short time, in less than 1 month, they got everybody together. And I'm especially grateful because we all know, we're still at the tail end of a pandemic, and we still don't know, how to properly be safe. There's still a lot of confusion going on. And so many of you are coming out here, are taking big risks, hesitant, but despite of all that, and you come out to support me. And it's very strange, these politicians, they don't really do very much for you. So why are you risking your life to come out to support me? So I'm really grateful. But even without that, I know many of you, and over the years, friends and supporters and neighbors, and brand old and new. So I really appreciate what you are doing for me, what you are coming out for. And I believe that despite of the COVID-19 of the pandemic, you have to make your own choice. Sometimes that's what government is problematic is they want to force you to do things without giving you the individual decision based on your individual preferences. So I think I believe in especially in politics. I believe government should not mandate and have individuals, and we should not do things based on politics. We should be doing things based on what you believe in, what is right for you. So I really appreciate you making the choice, you individually coming out. So I appreciate, I got my mask, and so I hope that you take care. And there are people who are here who understand that, especially, again, I want to thank Lonnie, Christine, and who made this happen. Second, I think this is a very important event. I appreciate that you're focusing on me, but in fact, it's bigger than me, bigger than any of us individually. We are living in a very strange and very challenging time. Globally, nationally, we are living in a time where there's a lot of strife, a lot of competition, specifically U.S.-China relationship. And we know that there's a lot of misunderstanding, and building relationships is important because that's what makes people understand. And you can tell by us living here, working together. Belleve is a real good model of that. When I first ran for council member, we have less than 10% actually minority. Now it's over 50%, and we have 40% of people living in Belleve were born outside this country, and almost as many that are immigrants that came from somewhere. So I think, and we're doing so well. We're welcoming. When I first came here in 1967, when I went to Belleve, I felt very welcome. We all looking for the same goal, same value. As immigrants, we came here because we are seeking opportunity. We're seeking freedom of choice. We're seeking the opportunity to be the best we can be. And I think this is what we're looking for. And I think we found it. And people are willing to accept us for what we are, as long as we share the common goal and achieve and maximize our potentials and raise our families to be as successful. And I think we've seen that. As a result, Belleve has continued, despite we're becoming more diverse, but we're getting the best of everything from the rest of the world. As a result, we're being very successful. And I think it's because we all believe and share the same values, and we want to help sustain, continue, preserve the same values. But the challenge is that the country has been divided. We are finding people, fighting against each other. And I think that we need to make sure we want to be united. In the sense of really united means we need to understand each other, share our strengths and values, and then we can work together to sustain it, as we have done in the city of Belleve. We've seen that in many other cities in the country. Unfortunately, even in the city of Seattle. We are here, because I feel it's important. We need to help our country, help our neighbors. We need to use Belleve as a new model. I know there's people who live in Seattle right here, and I think Port Commissioner Peter Steinberg, he's probably there. There we go. Yeah, no. We welcome you, but we don't necessarily have you, because Seattle, look at outside, it's beautiful. Where do we get a big, wonderful port? We have airport, seaport, we have Space Needle, right? We have the movie set for Sleepless in Seattle, right? Or when Beijing is Seattle or something like that. Beijing is there. So I think this is a great place. What we need to do is we need to make sure we can show that Belleve on the east side, we can make it, because we have people like you, people like me, who's willing to set a model example. And I think this is what it's all about as the United States of America. So I really appreciate the Rose is saying, God bless America. Really, we all are blessed, but we need to continue to deserve the blessing that we get. So I think I believe I've done that for the last 60 years. And just tells you how old I am. But anyway, so I've been working, serving as the bridge, making sure that through my leadership, I've been able to provide relationships, building connections as the bridge to make sure that all groups understand and work together, and we can work along each other and continue the success we've seen. So we can do that through many things we've done. We value. We cannot live a good life unless we have a place that's safe. So it's important. Public safety is number one, and Belleve has demonstrated that. And in fact, last year, when people are asking for defunding the police, we actually have increased our budget for public safety. So I think that's a good thing. So this doesn't come from just the council, but it comes from the people, the residents of Belleve, and to support from people like yourself, so that we make the right choices, make the decisions that will represent the community who believe in that. And the other one is education, obviously, because we all want our future to be bright, and the future belongs to young people. And we have a lot of young people today. I'm very proud to say they are my interns for my internship. I was very fortunate when I was the mayor, I don't know how long ago. Anyway, people come to knock on my door, say, hey, we'd like to have the honor of interning for the mayor. I said, well, big deal. But I say, I'll be happy to work with young people, because number one, they keep me young, right? I have to keep up with them. Number two, they are indeed very smart. When I was at their age, I'm sure looking at most of us who have gray hair or older than, 50 years old, and when we go to high school, we're just still thinking, having fun, right? Looking for boys and girls to date. But the young people now, they are very, very motivated, and they're very smart. They learn a lot of things. They have real great skills with technology and everything. And so they, however, need guidance from us. They need good education, not just learning how to get 4-point average, but how to really understand the community, how to understand what can we do, what's the value that we come to this country as immigrants, as the most people in here. Well, we're all immigrants one time or another, again. So they need to understand how they can become engaged and valuable citizens to make a difference, make a positive commitment to our country. So I think education is very important. Not just studying, but teaching them what is right and what is wrong. And it's coming through families, from the value that we hold true. I think quality of life is important, and business, economics, we want to do a lot of things. Sometimes people are now having the challenge that we have lots of people who need help. Yes, definitely. But how cannot happen unless we have the resources to do it. We have to do things like we run business. We have among us, most of you are business people, really. You know, like Lonnie was saying earlier, you know, Pete, if you just listened to me, I don't know, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, and buy properties in Bellevue, you'd be doing very well. You know, we have evidence right here sitting among us. So it's important we have the resources, financial resources, to make things happen for our needs, for our people who need help. Otherwise, it's just talking. It doesn't happen. So I believe that we need to make sure our finances in order, our economy is good, we don't kick our business, you know, away, and because they are our major financial resource. We need help. We need to work with other people, and we're now, you know, the technology center of the whole world. We're talking about 5G, artificial intelligence. We talk about cloud computing. So I think we're very fortunate that people want to come to live in the east side, here in this region, because all the things I was talking about. So I believe that if we make sure we help and promote and be you know, able to provide that is you know, good for business, we will continue to generate the income we need. Example, Amazon's going to Bellevue. You know, they're going to bring 25,000 people in the next couple of years. Next month, somebody said, here we go. Well, I'm glad to have a heads up. We better go back and Jerry Newhouse. We better start preparing for that. But we are prepared for the next 20 years. But now it's happening two years. So it's a challenge. We got to make sure we work with Amazon. Amazon so far has been proven to be a good partner. You know, they make more money one day than the government makes in a whole year. I really, in 1 month. They do. So if we help them, support them, give them the right direction, the right guidance, you know, we can make Bellevue really the global center of technology for the future. So we have great opportunities. However, the problem is that we have challenges because there are a lot of misguided politicians, and there are a lot of politics that's expedient. There are a lot of short-term looking at how to do their own personal agenda. So I believe that we need to make sure we do not allow that to happen. You know, good model again is look at Seattle. We don't need to look too far, and that can happen. And it can happen very easily, quickly. In fact, I think that's what's happening in the current election, current race. Jerry Newhouse are running, and people are there trying to take us out because they have their own agenda. Well, I'm not going to say too much more. So it's important that we need to counter those oppositions, and it's not easy. And we're very fortunate that Jerry and myself, we have been working hard. We are, you know, raising more money, and as by looking at what we are doing, you might think, wow, you don't need any help. You're comfortable, you're way ahead. However, I believe running campaigns like running a horse race. You got to get out, you got to show strength, you look good, you know, and you got to keep going. You have to have a big lead so people can continue to help you, cheer you on, because when you run a race, you know, it takes many things. Encouragement, support, financial encouragement. You know, you got to keep your water going. You have to take refreshments, and so you cannot be complacent. If you think that when you run I don't know how many, 4 furlong race, I'm not a horse racing fan. I don't know how long the race is, like how many furlongs, right? It's a British term, furlong means it's like quarter of a mile, maybe a mile, whatever it is. Anyway, so if you slow down, if you don't keep going, you know, you are going to be caught up by other horses. So we cannot be complacent, we cannot relax. That's the reason why I'm asking you, making sure that you keep supporting me, keep supporting somebody like Jared Newman. Keep the money coming, keep the nourishment coming, keep us mentally, physically, and supported and keep going, because we need every bit of your support so that we do not become complacent. We do not get surprised. We don't lose our city to people that's going to be detrimental to the welfare, to the way the Bellevue has become. So you look at Bellevue today, as you compare to before. So people's telling me and Jared, they want Bellevue to change. To change to what? From good to bad? From bad to worse? Or from bad to good? We are doing very well because of you, because of people like Jared and myself, like Kevin, actually. And he has done his part. But it's too bad, he's not as active involved because because he's doing so well, for his parents, making so much money in real estate development on the east side because of a good economy, right? But he's here for us. So we want to be sure that we continue to have your support and help. And there's a primary election happening that I couldn't face. I've never had a primary election before, but this year I have a primary election because there are 3 people that have been gunning after me. Okay? They think that this is a time somehow, their side can make a difference. That our side, people like yourself, will be caught up taking a nap, forget, like horse race. If you see your horse running ahead, don't take off and leave the racetrack. Stick around, cheer them on, do whatever you can so that we can cross the line, front line, in first place. So it's important. So the primary election is happening August 3rd. The ballot's already been sent to your house. So when you get your ballot, don't put it aside and forget about it. Take it out. Why don't you take it out? Just keep it, open it, mark my name, and send it back. It's easy. Just take it to the post office, put in the library. If they have a ballot box, you can put it in there, and it doesn't cost any money. You don't have to put a stamp on it, and you will exercise your duty and support, as someone who's interested for the welfare and benefit of the city, of the country, of us all. So thank you very much for listening. And I didn't say anything in Chinese, but I will say a few words so that those of you who don't understand Chinese, it tells you you better learn some Chinese so you know what, you don't miss anything. So 今天晚上非常感激，非常谢谢各位对我特别的支持。我希望你们大家都了解我讲英文讲什么东西。假如不最了解的话，希望你个别人给你翻译。假如你还是没有翻译还听不懂的话，你可以直接找我来，我给你好好解释。So 再谢谢各位，非常高兴今天有这样的支持，非常感动。尤其是主持人，就是Christine， 这很多人在这里的，我都不能一个一个的感谢。假设我每天要感谢的话，我要起码现在时间要1个小时再讲不完，所以我就不好意思。那么等一下，我就希望你们大家很愉快的庆祝，等一下有很好的这个program。大家会欣赏。So thank you very much. Thank you again, and I hope you all have a great day.